Ludo was flat out with running Malu, his investment business, and Harrison was hardly ever around, what with coming up to the last year of school and rehearsals. But then one time Ludo made a harmless remark and Harrison shot him a look of pure malevolence. Another morning, when Ludo asked her to make him a cup of tea, Harrison had retorted, "Make it yourself," before storming out of the apartment. Other details from the harrowing day remained seared on her memory. A mountainous crack of thunder ripping the air and a streak of bright light connecting the sky to Bondi Bay. Libby had rushed out to grab what was left of the newspaper and scatter cushions. She made it back inside just as the second thunderbolt boomed, almost shaking the building. A thick grey blanket was squeezing every trace of light from the late afternoon sky. So when the buzzer sounded, she'd only just heard it. Who would call in this weather? She pattered across the room, rubbing her wet hair with a tea towel, and pressed the intercom video link. An unfamiliar man with a heavy brow and a shorter woman with a platinum blonde bob were staring at the camera. They both wore suit jackets and grave expressions. There was some other movement at the edges of the camera. "Yes? Can I help you?" Libby said. Lightning flared again, followed by a further mighty thundercrack. The woman was speaking and holding something up to the camera. "Sorry, what was that? Who's calling?" Libby said. Light caught the object in the woman's hand and revealed it to be a silver police badge. "Detective Senior Constable O'Reilly and Detective Sergeant Swift. Is Ludo Popovic home?" Libby's heart gave a painful thump. Her thoughts flew to her family. Had the kids been in an accident? No, the police officer had only asked for Ludo. So it must be his family. One of his parents? Or a brother? Both of them were plumbers. Was one of them trapped under a bathtub? Oh, God. Was it about when Ludo had pulled out of the underground garage before putting his seatbelt on? Wait, she hadn't lodged her business activity statement and it was past due. No, that couldn't be it. Why would they ask for Ludo? Such were the meaningless thoughts that ricocheted around her brain like bouncing lotto balls. The intercom blared again, intrusive and unwelcome between thunderclaps. The police officer's face reappeared on the monitor. "Ma'am, can we come in, please?" she said. Yes, of course," Libby spluttered, buzzing them into the lift downstairs. A wave of nausea swept over her. She found Ludo in his study, stabbing at his keyboard. "It's the police, for you. I hope your family's okay." "The police? Here? Don't let them in," he said, jumping to his feet, eyes bulging. "What do you mean? I can't just leave them downstairs. It's the police." But Ludo had turned ashen. His eyes rolled back and forth and his breathing was ragged. She took his hand and led him into the living room to wait for the lift. "They're coming up now. Ludo, whatever it is, I'm here for you." He looked completely wild as he dropped her hand and fell to the floor in a crouch, head in his hands. Libby put her hand on his shoulder and he gripped her fingers, squeezing so tightly her knuckles cracked. The lift doors pinged open and the two police officers surged out, followed by two more in polo shirts who were snapping blue surgical gloves on. "Ludo Popovic?" said the woman. Ludo stood up slowly. His jaw was slack. He was staring at the uninvited guests but didn't seem to see them. Beads of moisture ringed his hairline. He opened his mouth and all that came out was a dry croak. "You're under arrest for financial fraud under the New South Wales Crimes Act Section 192E. You do not have to say or do anything, but if you do, it may be used as evidence against you. We are also authorised to conduct a search of these premises by the Law Enforcement Powers and Responsibilities Act 2002. The police officer held up an official-looking piece of paper. A lightning flash illuminated her face, followed by more thunder roiling into the distance. Libby stared as the other detective and the polo-shirted officers fanned out through the apartment. Someone called out, "In here!" from the direction of Ludo's study. Everything felt suspended, frozen in time, like a paused horror movie as the dagger rises. Arrested? What? Don't be ridiculous. They must have the wrong guy. But any microscopic relief at the obvious mix-up vanished.